So we have our two readings today, the kind of bizarre one from Acts with the sheet lowering from the sky, which I was really focused on until a friend of mine said, Gretchen, it's not the point of the story. But these two readings, I think, point to the nature and the shape of God's love. So in our first reading, putting aside the sheet with the animals, the focus is on, and the debate is about who is in and who is out. In the early church, there was huge debate. The biggest debate was around who should be included in this new church. And was it an expression, a new expression of Judaism? And so should all new believers be Jewish? Or could Gentiles, non-Jews, be a part of this new religion? And did they need to keep kosher? And did they need to be circumcised? So that was those two debates. And in this reading, Peter is sharing his vision and his experience of sharing a meal with a Roman family, with Gentiles, and encouraging the early church to welcome everyone. And then we have the Gospel of John, where Jesus tells his disciples, love one another as I have loved you. By this the world will know you by your love. And he gives them a few verses earlier, a shocking example of what that love looks like when he washes his disciples' feet and tells them that, and in washing the disciples' feet shows love, and shows a love that flips the roles of servants and masters, and flips the roles and understanding of the disciples' understanding of power. The Episcopal Church was in the national news again this week. And what the talk was about the decisions made by Episcopal Migration Ministries. Our presiding bishop, Sean Rowe, sent out a letter saying that Episcopal Migration Ministries was ending its partnership with the government to resettle refugees, citing moral opposition to resettling white Afrikaners from South Africa, who had been classified by the president as refugees. I'm not going to go into the details of all of this decision, but it is a move that we can be proud of, and one that I encourage you to go read about. The Atlantic, the New York Times, everyone, NPR has done a great job covering it. Part of that decision was guided by the Episcopal Church's historical relationship with the Anglican Church in South Africa and the Anglican Archbishop Desmond Tutu. And it reminded me of a children's book that I have by Archbishop Desmond Tutu on the nature of divine love. And so I thought we could read that today. And I'd like to invite any children, it's a picture book, so I'd like to invite any children to come up to see the pictures. And if you are not a child but enjoy picture books, you're welcome to come up too. Michael, you want to come up to the stairs with me? I'm going to read a book, y'all. Want to come up with me? I know. All right, you guys can sit here. You're going to sit there. Okay. So this book is called God's Dream, and it's by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Dear child of God, what do you dream about in your loveliest dreams? Do you dream about flying high or rainbows reaching out across the sky? And I'm going to go like this. Do you dream about being free to do what your heart desires, or being treated like a full person no matter how old you are, or how young you might be? Do you know what God dreams about? If you close your eyes and look with your heart, I am sure, dear child, that you will find out. And I wonder, what do you think God dreams about? What do you think God dreams about? And any of the kids can answer, and any adults, if you have answers, you can answer that too.
I think he dreams about, like, you having a good life or something.
Yeah. What do you think God dreams about? Yeah. Rania, what do you think God dreams about? Do you know?
It's not Ida.
What else do you think God dreams about? Adults, what does God dream about? I wonder, what does God dream about? What do you think? Peace, unity, creativity. The least among us. Joy. Lakes and forests. I think God dreams about baby sounds and kid sounds. God dreams about people sharing. God dreams about people caring. Do you think God only wants us to care for cats? No. Who else do you think God wants us to care for? People?
Dogs.
And dogs and animals.
And reptiles.
And reptiles. Yeah. God dreams that we reach out and hold one another's hands and play one another's games and laugh with one another's hearts. But God does not force us to be friends or to love one another. Dear child of God, it does happen that we get angry and hurt one another. Soon we start to feel sad and so very alone. Sometimes we cry, and God cries with us. But when we say we're sorry and forgive one another, we wipe away our tears and God's tears too. When God cries, it rains.
Yes. He's crying.
Yeah, right here. Which one's crying?
Sad.
He is sad. And what's she doing here?
He's sharing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is she doing? What is she sharing?
He's sharing him.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the flower in her too.
Yeah, she's sharing 2 flowers. Each of us carries a piece of God's heart within us. And when we love one another, the pieces of God's heart are made whole. God dreams that every one of us will see that we are all brothers and sisters. Yes, even you and me. Even if we have, thank you. This looks like a good one. I'm going to keep reading this one though, okay? Even if we have different mommies or daddies or live in different far away lands. Even if we speak different languages or have different ways of talking to God. Even if we have different eyes or different skin. Even if you are taller and I am smaller. Even if your nose is little and mine is large. Dear child of God, do you know how to make God's dream come true? It is really quite easy. As easy as sharing, loving, caring. As easy as holding, playing, laughing. As easy as we are family because we are all God's children. Will you help God's dream come true? Let me tell you a secret. God smiles like a rainbow when you do. So I wonder, for the kids up here and for the kids in the pews, even if your age doesn't say that you're a kid anymore, what can you do to make God's dream come true? What can you do to make God's dream come true? What can you do to make God's dream come true?
Caring for people.
Caring for people? How are you going to care for people? Okay. Okay. Maybe you can think of a specific... No, okay. Caring for people is good.
I think it's like, so one time, I was holding, so I have a trumpet and I have to bring it to school every day, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I have to go on the bus those days. So in the bus line, kids ask if they can hold it and help me, and I say yes, and sometimes I say, no, thank you, I've got it.
Oh.
So it's caring for yourself and also caring for others.
Yeah. Charlotte, do you know how you might help God's dream come true?
Well, today I shared with Edith and Louise snacks that are seaweed.
You shared seaweed snacks with Edith and Louise?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a great way to make God's dream come true. Rania, how do you think you could make God's dream come true? What's a kind thing maybe that you can do for your mom or your sister? I think I see you doing it when you make your mom and the other kids around you laugh. Hi. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur. How else? How would you all help God's dream come true? Have faith, empathy.
Make music together.
Make music together.
Make someone smile.
Make someone smile.
Share what we have.
Share what we have.
Do what we can to counter policies that would deny people their right to be in this country.
I know I'm not going to get all that, so I'm going to have you say.
Okay. Do what we can to counter policies of our government that would deny people who have lived here a long time the right to stay in this country.
I know most of you know I live at Episcopal homes, and I sit at a puzzle table. And I don't sit at a puzzle table because I necessarily like to do puzzles all day long. But everybody passes by me, and I feel that if I greet them, no matter what, invite them to join me, pretty soon I think I know just about everybody over there. And so it's just a friendly act to do, and it makes some people date. Somebody once told me that if you weren't sitting at the puzzle table, we wouldn't know what to do because you make us all happy.
Thank you, Kathy.
If we would all live into our affirmation of faith that we're about to say after this.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Friday night, when a good friend hurt my feelings, I gently shared that fact, and we had a conversation about why they hurt my feelings and why I needed to protect myself and my kid. So being honest when we're hurt.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you'd like to add, Liam? What would you like to say? You have a dinosaur in your hand and a horse. And one thing that I'm noticing from Liam's dinosaur and from what everyone said is that, Charlotte, you have something else? Okay.
I made a cake for Mother's Day.
Oh, wonderful. So something that I'm noticing is from Charlotte making her mom a cake for Mother's Day to Ginny encouraging us to live into the words of our affirmation of faith, to Jennifer relating to a friend, is that all of these forms of love bring us together in community and create belonging and wholeness. And that love is a choice that we have to make again and again and again. May it be so.